Lesson 14. Part 1. The Buddha in the World. On one occasion, the Exalted One was journeying along the high road in Kosala. Now the Brahmin Dona was also traveling along the road. Then the Brahmin beheld on the footprints of the Exalted One the wheel marks with their 1,000 spokes. With their rims and hubs and all their attributes complete. On seeing these, he thought thus, "It is wonderful indeed. It is marvelous indeed. These will not be the footprints of a human being." Paragraph 2. Just then the Exalted One stepped aside from the high road and sat down at a root of a tree, sitting cross-legged, holding his body upright, and setting mindfulness in front of him. Then the Brahmin Dona, following up the Exalted One's footprints, beheld him seated there, comely, faith-inspiring, and with calm senses. Tranquil mind in the attainment of composure by masterly control, like a tamed, alert, perfectly trained elephant. He approached the Exalted One and said this, "Your reverence will be a diva?" "No, indeed, Brahmin, I will not be a diva." "Then your reverence will be a Gandhava." "No, indeed, Brahmin, I will not be a Gandhava." "A Yaka, then?" "No, indeed, not a Yaka." "Then your reverence will be a human being?" "No, indeed, I'll not be a human being." When questioned thus, "Your reverence will be a deva, a Gandhava, a Yaka, a human being," you reply, "Not so. I'll not be a deva, a Gandhava, a Yaka, a human being." Who then will your reverence be? Paragraph 3. Brahmin, if those defilements, asavas, were not destroyed, I should become a diva. Those defilements in me are destroyed, cut off at the root, made like a palm tree stump, so that they cannot arise again in the future. If those asavas were not destroyed, I should become a Gandhava, a Yaka, a human being. Those asavas in me are destroyed, as a palm tree whose crown has been cut off cannot put forth growth again. Just as, Brahmin, a lotus, blue, red, or white, though born in the water, grown up in the water, when it reaches the surface, stands rising out of the water, unsoiled by the water. Even so, Brahmin, though born in the world, grown up in the world, having overcome the world, I abide unsoiled by the world. Take it that I am a Buddha, Brahmin. As a lotus, fair and lovely, by the water is not soiled. By the world I am not soiled. Therefore, Brahmin, am I a Buddha. Part 2. the wonderful marvels of the Dhamma-Vinaya. Monks. In this Dhamma discipline, there are many wonderful things which the monks delight to see and see. What are they? 1. Just as monks, the mighty ocean slopes down, slides and tends downward gradually, and there is no abrupt precipice. Even so, in this Dhamma discipline, the training is gradual, the progress is gradual. There is no abrupt penetration of knowledge. This is the first wonderful thing in this Dhamma discipline, which the monks delight to see and see. 2. Just as monks, the mighty ocean is fixed and does not overpass its bounds. Even so, when the code of training is made known by me to my disciples, they will not transgress it, even for life's sake. This is the second marvel. 3. Just as, monks, the great rivers entering the mighty ocean lose their former names and are termed simply ocean, even so the four castes, the Kshatriyas, nobles, the Brahmins, the Vaishyas, merchants, and the Sudras, servants, going forth from home to the homeless life in the Dhamma discipline proclaimed by the Tathagata, lose their former names and lineages and are regarded simply as recluses, sons of Sakyas. This is the third marvel. 4. Just as all the streams that flow into the ocean, all that rains, that falls from the sky, affect neither the emptiness nor the fullness of the ocean, even so, though many monks pass finally away in that condition of Nibbana which has no remainder, yet neither the emptiness nor fullness in that condition of Nibbana is seen. This is the fourth marvel. 5. Just as, monks, the mighty ocean has but one taste, the taste of salt, even so, this Dhamma discipline has but one flavor, the flavor of liberation. This is the fifth marvel. 6. Just as, monks, the ocean has many and diverse gems, the pearl, the crystal, and so forth. Even so, this Dhamma discipline has many and diverse gems. That is the 4 foundations of mindfulness, the 4 right efforts, the 4 ways to psychic power, the 5 faculties, the 5 powers, the 7 limbs of awakening, the Aryan Eightfold Path. This is the 6th marvel. 7. Just as, monks, the ocean is the abode of great creatures, the Asuras, the Nagas, the Gandhabas, even so, this Dhamma discipline is the abode of great beings. That is to say, the stream winner and the one who has attained the fruit of stream winning, the once returner and the one who has attained the fruit of once returning, the non-returner and the one who has attained the fruit of non-returning, the Arahant and the one who has attained the fruit of Arahantship. This is the 7th marvel. These, monks, really are the wonderful marvels in this Dhamma discipline, seeing which again and again the monks take delight in this Dhamma discipline. Dhammapada verses. Verse 195. The one who pays reverence to those worthy of reverence, whether the Buddhas or their disciples, those that have overcome the hindrances, those that have crossed the sea of sorrow. Verse 196. He who pays homage to such peaceful and fearless ones who have attained Nibbana, his merit cannot be measured by anyone. Verse 418. He who has given up both likes and dislikes, who is cool and free from attachment, who has conquered all the worlds, him I call a Brahmin. Verse 420. He whose future state is not known to gods, or Gandhabas or men, who has destroyed all defilements, him I call a Brahmin. Verse 423. The sage who knows his former abodes, who sees heaven and hell, who has reached the end of rebirth, who has attained super-knowledge, in him in whom all perfections have been perfected, him I call a Brahmin.